Well, I thought that we did some good things tonight. We still got to continue to work on playing for 40 minutes. We struggled with that in the Xavier game. We struggled with that in the Butler game, and something that's an issue for our team. So we something I noticed last year as well when I was sitting out. You know, our competitive fire to stay focused and play at your best. So trying to get some guys to get nationally recognized and try to get some guys to get people to respect them as players. And the way to do that, they got to play well all the time and play up to your potential all the time. That's just my biggest fight with this team. So, but we did a lot of good things tonight.
What were some of those things?
20 assists. You know, even in the Xavier game, in the loss, that's the most assists we've ever had against Xavier, I think, like 6 or 7 years, because with the way they defend. But our turnovers hurt us. But the good stuff, Gary Clark in the second half, I thought he was extremely assertive. That was really what I've been asking to see out of him. Farad Cobb, I thought, had his best game of the year now, not because he had 20 points, but I have a theory on this, that I used to tell this Sean Kilpatrick all the time, if you just worry about defense, which is all we've talked about with Farad since the Xavier game, if you just worry about defense, offense is easy. You've been shooting your whole life. That's easy for you. He gets 8 deflections, which is his season high by far, and then he has his best offensive night. It's amazing how that happens in coaching when a guy just worries about hustle and defense and how the offensive end comes easy to him.
Why do you think that is?
It's just always been that way, Bill. It's just a mental thing. You know, when a guy, we call it get lost in the game. When you walk around and you're thinking about how many points you got, how many shots you've taken, or whether you missed the last shot, or whether you made. If you just worry about, if you're a talented guy and you just go out there and hustle and play hard, if you're a scorer, you're going to score. I mean, it's just going to, the game comes to you easier. You know, when you're out there thinking about, like what I would contend is Troy only had 4. People are saying, oh, he's not shooting the ball well of late. He's feeding into that. He's worrying about that. I never mention all the thing we talk about is shooting open shots. I never, ever mention anything to a guy about shooting. We never talk about it, other than mechanics, you know, and trying to give guys confidence. So if the head coach doesn't take you out for missing open shots, why are you worried if you're missing? Just worry about defense, playing hard, taking care of the ball, and keep firing. But it's tough, you know. Players can be fragile at times, and they let certain things affect them.
What was your message to these guys preparing for this game after the Xavier game?
The same as it always is. You know, we got to get better. I mean, as much as, you know, we want to beat Xavier because of the rivalry, and really this year, not only was it a rivalry, it had been a huge win for your RPI and your tournament resume. It's a long year. It's a long year. You got to just keep trying to get better, and you got to come closer as a team. And everybody's mind's got to be about being a good team. My message to our guys is we'll have the kind of year that the players will allow us to have. That's my message.
That's been your message all year, right?
Yeah, but I guess I expounded on it, and like I explained to him, you know, in the last 12 years or so, Rick Pitino, Jim Calhoun, Bob Huggins, and Jim Boeheim all have something in common. They've all been to the NIT. They're the same coach, different players, you know. So when you get a group of guys that's committed to winning, the talent level in college basketball, you know, it is not that disparaging. It's really not. You know, teams that play hard, play smart, really are down for the cause without conditions of playing time and who shoots. Those are the teams that you'll see succeed. So, you know, those are the teams that'll grind it out and that'll have great years, and we have to become that type of team. And the other thing is, you know, I told the guys we got a tough schedule. You know, did that on purpose, trying to get us ready to be ready for our league and to get us as, you know, in reality, as much as I could get us in reality, You know, this team I thought was going to win their league. That's why we played them. You know, Jeff Short, I know Jeff Short. He didn't have a great night tonight. He's talented. You know, they're picked to win their league. So but when you make a tough schedule, it's challenging. You know, the next two for us are tough.
It sounds like you had a little rough stretch there before tonight. A couple games. It sounds like you're encouraged going into that.
Nah, I mean, you know one thing I'll tell you, Gresh, that experience has told me, the hardest thing is because you guys got to say, you know, hey, they're playing well, they're playing well. It all ends. You better worry about tomorrow. You better, just because you played well yesterday or an individual player played well yesterday, it doesn't mean they're going to play well the next day. That's what I've learned. You better just worry about, like tomorrow we're going to watch film. We got something to do with a Boys and Girls Club as a team. And we got to have great practices Thursday and Friday. You know, I just don't think it's something that happened, you know, and you're in a good place or a bad place. It all is going to depend on what happens Saturday at whatever time we play VCU. Because you say you're encouraged and you go to VCU and don't, you know, you're not able to get the job done. But you could play well, you know, with the schedule we have, you can play well at times and get beat. I mean, you just can. You know, people don't like when I say it. I mean, Xavier's got a really good team. You know, we did a lot. I mean, to hold them to 23 in the second half, we gave ourselves a chance. Didn't make enough shots. You watch the film, didn't make enough shots. So the schedule we have, it's putting a lot of pressure on us to get better. But that was by design, hoping it would get us ready to compete for our league championship to make a run in March. So I just got to keep challenging certain guys to rise to the occasion. You know, and for me, it's the best players: Troy, Octavius, Gary. I was really, really proud of Farad tonight. His mind was in the right spot, and I think he got the payoff on the offensive end. I got to do my TV show.
Cronin, you are.
Farad, you made a lot of shots tonight from long range. Did anything feel different, or what do you think it was?
You know, I just always play with confidence. Nothing that really feel different. They just went in tonight. I stepped into my shots. And, that's pretty much it.
What had been happening lately? You got off to a really hot start this year and then kind of pulled off a little bit. But is it something in your shot or what?
No, I think it's just part of the game. You know, you go against different matchups, and sometimes you feel good. And as a person that can shoot and take a lot of shots, sometimes I just feel like everyone going in, and sometimes just miss. You know, so I never get too down or too up. I just keep shooting. That's it.
Gary, how did you guys respond after what happened to Xavier the last few days, getting ready for this game? What was that like?
You know, we talked about it constantly, coaches. You know, resilience. Coach, you know, kept speaking about resilience. You know, when something's been pulled and tugged, you know, to come back to his normal form. So, you know, he kept preaching that, and we had to, you know, after an emotional game like that, we had to, you know, come back and become one. And, you know, focus on, you know, the next opponent. You know, in practice, he just kept preaching, you know, we gotta get better as a team. You know, focus on the team. We gotta care more for us to be, you know, that good team that, you know, we're supposed to be.
So tonight seemed like kind of an up and down game. You got off to a great start. They came back and outscored you the rest of the half. You got off to a great start the second half. They came back. How did you think you did tonight? Did you think it was a good overall effort?
You know, the start of the game, we went up 15-0. You know, you could tell in our energy that we were really getting after it defensively, and you know, it kind of died down towards the end of the half, and then we picked it back up. So it was more, you know, we got to keep it on them. You know, guys, if we're getting tired, we got to come out, and the next group got to come in with the same energy, and we just got to, you know, keep preaching to keep going, intensity, no let up, because you know a lot of teams let up, get their 8-point deficit, and then they think they have a chance. So it's, you know, we got to keep pouring it on them.
Kind of a slow first half, and then you really picked it up. Did they have a few kind words for you at halftime about getting that aggression back and looking for your shot more?
You know, Coach Davis has been constantly telling me to play with more confidence. You know, the more I demand the ball and more I present myself, the more the guards are looking in for me. You know, when I have post up with one arm, you know, they're kind of tempted to throw it to me. So, you know, I really tried to present myself way more and, you know, yell demand for the ball, and the guards were passing it to me. You know, we were getting big to big, so it worked out pretty good second half.
Defense, when you guys were rolling, you guys were getting a lot of tips. Was that kind of something? I know Mick, he kind of preaches that, you know, tip the ball, get in the passing lanes. You guys seem like you did a good job on your runs in both games.
He always preached deflections, you know. In the games that we lost, and even the games that was close, we didn't have a lot of deflections. We tried to get like 40 a game, and then those games that we didn't do so well, it was like 27 or lower 20. So that was a big emphasis throughout the week, and we did that in the first beginning of the game, but then we kind of drop off and we'll stay at the same number. So I just think that we have to, as a team, play like that the whole game instead of spurts. We've been playing good in spurts and then having drop-offs, so we have to put it together for 40 minutes.